Yo, yo, my sovereigns, what up? This is Boba Fett, uncensored on the internet. And welcome to episode 8 of Splinterlands 101 on the tonight's Splinter is on water. And welcome back again, Matt and Geotrix.
Hello, hello.
Pleasure to be here.
What's up? So we were just having a quick chat beforehand on our personal expertise with water, and I think prior to the Chaos Legion, water was my favorite. So I've got I like the alphas and the betas that I've got, and it's like I've got my favorites. I do like water, but ever since Chaos Legion came out and it balanced the game more, I've been doing death and life as well. So I've been getting more experience than the others. Matt, Geo, first let's have Geo, because what did you say about water, Geo?
I haven't got much experience with water, just because I've been using level 1. I haven't really focused on upgrading water yet. Like I have pretty much life, death, fire, and the next one I want to focus on is earth and dragon. Maybe dragon, which supports everything. I don't know. I find it, although it's more expensive, I think it's cost effective across the board, more so than focusing on one splinter. I maybe should have started with dragon first, to be honest. But hey, yeah. So water, I have very little experience besides what everyone uses, like that Bajira dude I've seen, Kayla, Frentel, all of those new cards that I find that heaps of people use. They're just good. And they get you far, even at low levels.
And Matt, where are you at on water?
I'm just enjoying watching Geo talk about the game. The hooks are in, right? I'm just sitting here. The hooks are in. We've got him, right? It's here's that kid. Oh yeah, this looks okay, looks interesting. And then we look at him a couple of months later, and it's the appetite is there and the passion.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
Yeah. He's soared past me on the leagues. So just like a month ago, I was delegating him some cards so he could get into silver 2. Yeah, he just soared past. Now he's in gold 2. Yeah,
it's great to see. I'd say, mate, my initial thoughts are actually touching on what Gio just said too about dragon. My background is I mostly came from the alpha, and I've been sort of adding bits and pieces ever since, but I've never gone as full strong on any particular set as much as I did on alpha. So 99% of the time I'm playing water, I'm playing Alric, and that I've found to be quite limiting when it might be weak magic or something like that. That's but I'm doing my water quest, so I'll just grab Alric, right? So water, I think is the splinter I'm doing the least justice to, so to speak, when I'm playing. It's the one that if I get that, it's going to take me 12, 15 matches to get my 5 wins for the quest, And I know a lot of people like to break it up, and if the rule set doesn't match, they'll use a different splinter. I like to make it harder for myself. Call that masochism, call it,
human nature.
Training. Yeah, exactly. I call it endurance training rather than masochism, but I'll just stick with the splinter that I have for the most part. Yeah. So the guy who's facing me off, he sees, there's 4 greens in a row. I wonder what he'll play.
Hard counter him.
Exactly. So I that's something I've found. One thing that I have, I love the sea monster, the older reward card sea monster, especially in low mana matches. Just incredible, time and time again. But again, because of Alric, I tend to find I'm wasting him. So often when I do want to use water and sea monster and a couple of other favorites like Pirate Captain, who else do I really enjoy? Bakjira, for example, which you mentioned a second ago. He's fantastic.
He's pretty good.
What I'll often do is pick Selenia Sky and then choose water, because I'm finding a lot of the particularly the older water cards, you get a lot of bang for your buck in ranged. Right, you've got a lot of these cards that are 2, 3, 4 mana, and they're doing 2, 3, 4 range damage, and you can jack that right up with Selenia Sky if you're fortunate enough to have her. You can really jack that up with +1 to ranged, and so water's a funny one for me personally. look at it and think, if I'd have just splashed out for a lure deep swimmer or something along those
Excuse the
lines,
pun.
that would have helped me a lot for those occasions when magic isn't useful, or for when it's a high mana match and I don't want to use a 3-mana summoner, but I still want to get that water win. So again, tournaments is different because I'll just use whatever summon is most appropriate, so it's different. But just trying to get my daily quest. So one other thing I've done with water is I got a Kraken early on and I maxed him out, and I decided that I would make water my go-to team for unlimited mana matches, because they have so many excellent cards that are, 10 mana, 11 mana, and so 12. I think Kraken's 12. So I said, well, look, often it's just whichever card falls in my lap because I win it as a reward, or I find it in a pack or something, and then I'll go, okay, well, that's the direction fate wants to lead me with all this, so I'll listen to that and go with that. But if you look at some of these, some of the legendary cards that I'm, Poseidon, Kraken, Phantom of the Abyss, Gino Shannis, all cards. There's quite a few more that are that top end high mana. So that's where I'll generally grab, say, Archmage Arius, who does +1 to all different damage types, if it's unlimited, and then I'll usually grab blue just because I have so much water, just because I have so much versatility there. Again, Auric's getting benched because it's unlimited mana. Who wants a 3-mana summoner? But I tend to find that that's what I'll go to for my unlimited mana and really high mana matches. I'll default to water, so that's when I use it. And I know there's other great high mana cards in other splinters, but water's just, I guess,
hard hitters.
And I might have chosen it to fill that gap where I felt that I was weak with water. I really do. That's definitely something I need to do to look at, though, is either lure deep swimmer or grab some other summoner at some point, high mana. Give me an alternative to Alric. Give him a rest, 3 years of just constantly summoning my magic creatures for me.
Put him to sleep.
Yeah, just
let him retire, please. He's just an old man.
Well, I don't know when land comes out whether I will be retiring, the vast majority of my playing cards, or whether I'll just keep a toe in with a silver level deck or something like that. I'm still undecided. I need to know a lot more about how it looks. Something that Cryptomancer dropped the other day, which was really interesting to me, was regarding guild brawls. And he said he's crunched the numbers and worked out that a max level guild with a max level arena and barracks and store winning all of their matches in a brawl could win in a single brawl 50,000 merits each.
What's a merit?
Which is a merit. It takes 2,000 merits to buy a gladiator pack.
Right.
So you could theoretically, and I'd like this to be me at some point, you could win enough in every brawl. When you're top level, you could win enough in every brawl to buy 10, 20 packs just with the merits that you earn in one brawl.
Wow.
And so that is a way to massively increase your collection power, massively speed up and increase your gladiator collection, even because I understand they'll likely be useful on land. So now I'm looking at that saying, if I retire my cards to land, can't use them to make a whole lot of gladiator cards that I'll also need on land. So there's a lot more we need to know before I know whether I'm going to actually retire or whether I'll just keep on playing, because old habits die hard.
That's it.
If you've been spending a lot of time playing, it'd just be a big gap that you need to fill as well.
Yeah. Just talk to the family; they seem nice.
So what was the initial goal? Because every time we went on this journey, we get to a point and we see a fork in the road that we didn't know about when we first started. It was only, now I've got a fork in the road. Which way do I go? And it's worth reminiscing back on, well, why did I start in the first place? What was my goal in the first place? Maybe that just looks good, but why did you first get into instrument? Was it purely as an investment? Was it to play? Was it a bit of both? What was the reason?
Yeah, I think I'd only really just started following Agrode with his Peace, Abundance, Liberty channel on Discord. And I liked what he was doing to help onboard people to Hive. So when he
Was he
mentioned it in
behind the
passing.
Minnow program?
Yeah, Minnow support. Yeah. That
Minnow
was all
support,
tied
yeah.
in with the Peace Abundance and Liberty channel. So that was all him. He sort of started that, and then other people have sort of stepped up and filled in there. But yeah, when he sort of started talking about a trading card game, it just sort of registered with me that would be a really good use of the tech, right? Understanding the way the tech works, and not from a nuts and bolts perspective, but just as a conceptual thing. You know, here's a card, you actually own it. I thought if it's done well, it could be fantastic. And I'd seen him effectively pull together a big crowd of people and steer them all in one direction. I thought the guy's got people skills. If he's willing to start this thing and give it a red hot dry and, you know, put the art out there and say, this is what I'm going to do. And if he's going to put his name on his own name, you know, again, not Dragon Slayer 3000, but aggroed Jesse Reich from Philadelphia. Well, that's, if you put your name to things, that's one of the reasons I go by Matt Clark, right? I don't want to spend a decade on chain and then over time go, oh, hang on, Dragon Smasher 3000 is my alter ego going to get discovered, and then I'm, you know, I'd much rather be honest from the outset, right, and go, I'm Matt Clark, right? That's I got no.
Yeah, it's me, Pound Town. It's
keeps me honest from the outset. But I'm not asking people to trust me, right? I'm not selling stuff. Whereas Aggie is, and a lot of these projects are like, well, probably won't be a rug pull, but I'm not going to risk my money because I don't want to be a sucker, and I don't want to encourage that in the ecosystem either. Yeah. So when the guys put their names to it, I thought, oh, you know, I'll see how we go. And it's easy to look back and go, oh wow, how did you see what it was going to be from the start? But I mean, it was incremental, right? We took those steps together. I didn't throw $20,000 of, you know, fiat that I had stuffed under the mattress into the game on day one. But the more we went along and the more they made wise decisions and I guess vindicated the faith that I'd placed in them, the easier it was to look at the potential for the money in my bank account and say, well, you know what, that's doing nothing, it's going nowhere. These guys have just constantly hit it out of the park. This is a no-brainer to me. So it's become very, very easy. And gee, I could see that, like I said, the same thing happening for you where you're going, oh, look, I know we spoke last week, but man, I've been on a spending spree. But, you know, I see it as an investing spree, right? You know, the number of times I've bought a card and then gone, wow, crap, that was $700 and I bought it because it was like it's a $1,200 card and it was only $700, you know. It's not until you translate it back to money that you're like, oh, no, yeah. But now I look at it and go, well, that's a $2,200 card now, and I only spent $700 on it. And what would that $700 be doing for me elsewhere? So you got to pan back. I saw this hatchet job I got halfway through the video and I just, about NFTs and how crypto is all a scam and it's all this, you know, and it's a really well produced. It's been quite popular on YouTube, but just watching it and going, this guy is just, he doesn't get, if you don't get how money's broken, right, then you'll never get how crypto fixes it. So you've got to start with the problem before you'll recognize the solution as a solution, right?
Yeah.
It's like there's a type of flame that's like invisible flame. You know, it's like a type of clear. If you don't know the guy's on fire, and you're like, why are you spraying him with water? What are you doing? You know, it's like you have to recognize.
Why is he flailing on the floor?
Yeah, exactly. What are you doing there? It's like, no, unless you have the wisdom and the I guess the discernment to recognize there is a problem here, you're not going to see that this thing's a solution. You're just going to go, oh, you know, whatever, should be right, mate. So that was I think having a recognition of how money's broken drew me to crypto, and then understanding the way blockchain works and how readily that could take this community that I knew Aggie already had, right? He already had 20,000 people or something on the Peace Abundance and Liberty channel. So I was thinking, well, look, if anything is going to take off in this space, it'll be the project championed by the guy who built this group together and is adored by this group. And obviously a lot of others saw the same thing. And then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. And now we have so much momentum that we get big announcements like today, which was a wonderful thing to wake up to.
Warner Bros.
Yeah.
Music studio, huh?
Yeah. Warner Music Group. So that
cool.
That is pretty cool. I don't know how that's going to shape things, but I can't see any way it's bad news, right?
It's a big company. Third, largest sound studio to get all these rappers and all that on board. I mean,
So we might see a pack coming out with like Undead Tupac or something like that in future editions.
That's what they did with Waka Flocka, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a collaboration.
It's 9:30 p.m. now, 3:30 a.m. It's so 6 hours from now, I think it is, that's dropping, and I'm setting an alarm. I'm going to try and buy 2.
Nice.
All right. Do you know what the cost of that's going to be roughly?
5,000 SPS and 500 vouchers each.
500 vouchers.
500 vouchers and 5,000 SPS. So I'm going to try and grab 2. So I've got 1,000 vouchers waiting, and then 10,000 SPS just sitting there. So I'm going to try and grab 2, but Mansa ran the numbers, and it looks like you should probably, most people who want one should be able to get one. There's only like 350 people that could buy 1, but there's like another 200 people that could buy 2, and then another 80 people that could buy 3 if they wanted to. So he's crunched the numbers and said basically, as long as not everybody who wants one buys one, as long as not everybody who could afford one buys one, you should be okay. But I'm still going to get up at 3.
Clans and guilds will snap onto it.
Yeah, I think he might be underestimated. Anyway, we won't know. But look, win, lose or draw, if I come out of this and I've saved my vouchers and saved my SPS and I miss out on one card, well,
it's not a bad time.
I mean, it's great for the game though, isn't it? I mean, what's Walker going to say? My 500 special bonus promo sold out in 3 blocks, which is 9 seconds. That says a lot, and that's great for the whole ecosystem. So, heads we win, tails they lose. We win either way.
Yeah,
that sounds
like even on an advancement. We said on previous episodes, like when Splinterlands first came out, like I had cards because I bought early a few in the alphas and betas, but even then I had no idea what an NFT was.
Same.
Someone had said, "Hey, you into NFTs?" I would have gone, "What's that?" It's like so far ahead of its time. Like before NFT was even a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, as you were saying, Matt, on the YouTube, how people talk about NFTs, they're usually just talking about it as in like just a simple picture form, simple picture of a set, which is, still collectible, still a way to store your value, still rather that than putting money in the bank, holding it there. But like, there's just more function that that NFTs can have. Like, for example, Splinterlands, man, it's just one of many ways to do things,
Yeah.
Like the blockchain's one, but when you overlay a game into it that utilizes that system, that blockchain, I mean, it's really fucking cool.
Yeah, it is. It is, and I think you've got to be careful with any new technology to not put on your blinkers and say, oh well, look, this original very first test case hasn't blown me away compared to what else exists in the marketplace right now. You've got to recognize when you're comparing, like I think of the first guy to see a steam train, for example. Now someone's just invented the steam train and he's built a mile of track, and it goes from there to there, and it takes him a day to get it ready, and then when he finally gets it all hot, then it takes 10 guys to run it, and they can't carry much stuff. And somebody new is going, look, I've got a team of horses here. They could have done this, so many times over by now, and and they don't need all this specialized equipment, and they're so much cheaper. And I'm not interested in your stupid steam train, thanks. It's like you need to have the vision to go, oh, these things actually, once they get going, they can just take hundreds of tons across the country, and and all of these advantages. But you have to have that. You have to have the mindset and the creativity to say, this is what this technology is actually capable of. If you don't have that and you just look at what exists right now, the very first iteration, sure, reject it, that's fine. The rest of us will just spend that time gaining momentum on you. And when you finally work out, oh, hang on, why can't I get my horse's shoes ringing around for farriers, and there aren't anymore. It looks like everybody's catching the train now. I've been left behind. What can I say?
But the train no longer stops at your town.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, the horse will become a novelty.
Yeah. And they are, they're a
Yeah.
novelty, and there's a place for them, just like there'll always be
Yeah.
a place for physical collector's cards. But
Absolutely.
yeah, you need creativity, and you need to have that vision. And I could see that Aggie had that vision, and I could see that Matt had the smarts to make it happen. And again, they both doxed themselves. That was a big thing for me, that I know their actual names. Yeah, no brainer. And so
And
here
in
we
the
are,
end, if I ever had to leave, there's only so many cards I can fit up my ass, you know?
Yeah. When it's bug out time, you've got like 20 litres of water,
If I
like
have to
200
go
packs of Yuki
anywhere.
cards.
Yeah, the hooks are in. He doesn't want stuff that's in places anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, Gio, what's your favourite of the water cards then? What do you?
I like Deep
what's your go-to?
Lurker. I like Deep Lurker, Wave Brood, Narissa. I like that Dimian Shark. I like the Flying Squid. They're just so good. Obviously, this is the melee take of water now, yeah? Like, they've sort of made it, that you can use attack on it, like melee hard-hitting damage, instead of just magic and what the old sort of format was for water. I like it. They're shifting each of these splinters, changing them around, just refreshing them. But not like trying to get rid of what it was, not trying to hide anything. It's just like, okay, you can use this, now you can use this. It's the same sort of, it has a broader range, it's a broader range, a further reach, and yeah, I like that where each of the cards can have multi-use. It's just not one purpose. You can use it in the melee. You can use it under all these what do they call it again? Forget. 2 seconds. For your man, what is it? I've lost myself.
Who's the
For the
attacking
elements
front?
and the rule set.
Yeah.
Yes. Each cards can be used under all of these rule sets, it makes them real useful. And I feel like water has a lot of versatility. It does. It has a lot of versatility. That's why it's up there as one of the best to have. Earth, water, they are some of the best, I reckon, the strongest. At least what I've been up against, they seem to be really good.
I find
what do you think?
when I'm beaten by water, I tend to watch the match and say, well, that was inevitable. I didn't have a hope of beating that guy, because he's done 6 magic damage, 5 magic damage, 6 magic damage, and he's just absolutely wrecked me. And I've looked at it and gone, anytime I'm just lying in a field covered in ash, looking at the tatters of my estates, it's because water rolled through, right? Why? What happened? I'll get beaten by other splinters, but water really decimates me when they win.
Yeah.
So again, that's one of the reasons I feel like I'm not doing my cards justice. If you said to me, Matt, which of your cards gossip about you behind your back at night when you're asleep, I'd guess it's my water cards. Can we put ourselves up for rent or what?
It's a really good way of putting it.
Alric's there trying to get some fishing in, going, hey, don't blame me.
It's a really good way. Yeah, it's an absolute good way. That's why I was sort of like stressed. It's like, man, I've got really nothing to say about water because I, for one, don't use it, but I get wrecked by it.
Yeah.
So that's a testament to how strong the water is.
Yeah, I think triage is probably helping. I think too many of my lessons about water were learnt early on when Magic Reflect would really wreck me, and I had no way of healing my back line. Because anytime I'd try and go, right, you just meeting a wall of magic here, mate, I'm going to wreck you, and it's going to be Alric and, Ruler of the Seas, and I'm going to, and then he's got 2 Magic Reflects at the front, and he gets iced, and then everybody just gets picked off and iced. And I think, there were too many times when that happened, and because I couldn't make it happen, because I couldn't make it work, I kind of, you know, then I started, well, let's just try these other non-magic. So, you know, things like Medusa and Mermaid and a whole lot of the newer magic cards. I mean, I'll throw a few in. I like Captain's Ghost. I use him quite a lot. But often I'll throw them in just so I don't feel like I'm wasting RX +1 to magic. But, you know, I'm using the other cards for the most part. So that's, and I've got to get away from that. I need to
Change
mix
it
things up. Yeah, just looking at a look here. Lobstradamus, I really like. I use him a lot. If I see reverse speed, then I think about Torhio the Frozen and Lobstradamus behind him, because
What deck is he from, Matt?
Yeah.
Lobstradamus is water. He's
No, what
he's
pack?
Edition.
Untamed.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I think he's an epic Untamed. I think he was one of the airdrop cards for Untamed. It was an epic airdrop card.
Right.
Looking at?
I've never come across him.
I've never heard such an awesome name before.
Yeah, he looks pretty fantastic too. I don't know if you want to put an image up there now. Bob,
I'll do that
when we're looking at this. But yeah, he's got sort of chitinous magical
lobsters.
armor. Yeah, he's really cool, and he's a great second position card. Bit of magic reflect, bit of bit of shield, so he can take some damage. So I like him a lot.
Thorns.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So he's got a lot to give, particularly in reverse speed, because I'll pair him with Torhio the Frozen. They both got 1 speed. And if they get funky and only leave Torhio behind, he's got last stand, which is mad as well. So Torhio's another epic. Is he Untamed? No, he's a reward card. So I forget which editions are which, but that's I'm just scrolling through my water cards now, and Ruler of the Seas is great. I know a lot of people in lower leagues, you guys would be like, oh yeah, he's great, but higher up, he's only got 5 health at a max level. He does silence, he speeds up your whole team, and he does blast, which is just wonderful. But he is so vulnerable to magic reflect, particularly at higher levels, that it's just he's hit and miss, you know. And I know in silver and even low gold, Ruler of the Seas is like instant win, but yeah, you get a bit higher and he's not that immediate, you know, definitely going to win. So
that's another card I haven't heard of. So it's Ruler 2 good calls there. Yeah.
Oh, Ruler of the Seas is like I reckon you'd recognise him. You've probably been destroyed by a lot. $720 for a maxed version, but a single BCX is going for 140. Well, I shudder to think what the golds are worth. There's one listed for sale for $7,000.
Wow,
crazy!
There's 2 cards you just called that I've never heard of. It's like I'm gonna have to look into. And I'll put him up on the screen as well. Yeah,
beautiful. Yeah. I think anyone who's played for a while, anyone who's played for a while in the lower leagues, it might be that. And this would be interesting to see. I gravitate toward, and this is a just me speculating, but I wonder if, because they can be combined but they can't be uncombined, I wonder if over time these tend to get bought and combined at some point, and then they end up in the collection of somebody who's a max level player, and then they don't get seen in the lower levels anymore. You know, something that's, go back a year, everyone was saying, oh, Ruler of the Seas, I can't survive in Ruler of the Seas in silver. As soon as I see him, I just skip to results because I know I'm going to lose. But if you guys are playing in silver and you haven't seen him for a while, then that might be why, right? So maybe the few that were out there dominating in silver have been bought up and then combined because somebody at max level wanted a max level, right? And now he's gone from the ecosystem, which would be great. I mean, way of pulling OP cards out of, circulation.
Yeah. Wow.
I know how to fix that problem in fiat terms. Just throw more money at it. Just throw more cards. It's fine. Just make more. Just print more. It's cool. It's cool.
It won't affect the economy at all. It's a perfect solution.
And then it's hoarded by the 1% anyway, and then we need to print more again.
Exactly. And then everyone can have a max one.
Yep.
Oh shit. Oh,
we've solved scarcity tonight, gentlemen. Take a bow. So what about you, Bob? What's your favourite of the water cards?
Well, I think I mentioned right at the beginning, I used to do water a lot before Chaos. And because of the way water was stacked at the time, my favorite first position card has always been the Spineback Turtle. It's my first Thorns card that I really learned the value of Thorns. So I'd have Spineback Turtle, and then I just, every other card, depending on the mana level, the rule set, or whatever, every other card was a +2 magic. And because my summon was Arek, so +1. So, and like the first couple of rounds, their tank's getting kicked from Thorns from my turtle, and everyone was just smash, 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 smash. But now there's just that was just my go-to, and I would win pretty much 7 out of 10 times. Just that Spineback Turtle and just everything else magic, regardless of how many lives they've got. It's just that smashing for 3, each card smashing for 3 magic. But that doesn't work so much anymore. Since Chaos, another one, Gio, you mentioned earlier the Deep Lurker. Is that the one with Reach or the one with Opportunity?
Opportunity.
There's another one with Reach that looks similar, the actual card artwork. One's got Reach. So I still use my Spineback Turtle because I so love Thorns. If I've got a high enough health card with Thorns, he's going in first position. Then I use the Squiddy Octopus thing with Reach in my second position, and then the Deep Lurker, because it's the first time I've ever seen an Opportunity card, especially at the low level, with such high health. Most of my opportunities are 1 health or 2 health. Yeah. So you might get 1 round out of them if they're hidden in the middle, but if they've got Opportunity, then you're gone because you've got the lowest health. So
yeah, I'll often save my Opportunity cards for like equalizer matches where they're going to get more, yeah. Otherwise, they're just, like you say, they die too easily from guys like yourself who enjoy Thorns.
Yeah. So I do like that combo now. Spineback Turtle. What is the one with Reach? Does anyone know? I'll pop that up. I'll find it later. It looks
Flying
very
Squid
similar.
Has Reach?
Yeah, that's it. And then so Flying Squid and then Deep Lurker. And then depending on the mana, I've got my the Murat Jin, is it? No, that's Death. What's the Water Jin?
Whatever.
Yes, the high mana magic. If I've got room, I'll have to put him in there.
I forgot his name.
Yeah, it's one of the Jin. I can't remember his.
Yeah, Oceanus.
Yeah,
Oceanus. Yeah, of course.
Yes,
yeah. And I'm also a fan of the Pirate Captain. If it's a snipe, I like to get my Pirate Captain in there.
I reckon you'd enjoy borrowing my Selenia Sky, because
I've got Selenia Sky, but she's only level 1.
Okay, because I will use especially in Little League and Pirate Captain, and then a few other ranged ones. But yeah, it's a no-brainer for me. Every single time I've got a Little League match, I'll start with Spineback Turtle because, like you said, he's just incredible.
Yeah,
for what you get
4
for
mana. Yeah.
And the guy I'll put behind him in Little League is the what's he called now? I had it.
Is it a Reach card or?
Yeah, Reach card. Electric Eels. They're 4 mana as well.
He's got health, huh?
Reach and Blast. Beautiful.
Heal.
That's another card I haven't heard of.
Has he got Heal?
Electric Eels doesn't. No.
Okay, I'm thinking about that blue one that everyone uses with Heal.
Is that a Reach card?
No, it's not a Reach card. That's
Okay. Oh, you thinking Bakjira?
No, I'm thinking of what is his name?
Water Heal. I'm trying to think. Sea Snake or some dragon thing's got a heal on water.
Sea Monster. He's the one I use all the time. Way too much.
Yeah.
You mentioned the Little League before. I have a card for you that you might want to get gold.
Yeah.
His name's Soul Strangler.
Soul Strangler. Okay. I'm reluctant to make investments in Death just because it's already such a weak splinter. I'm just throwing good money after bad.
But look at it.
You've fired up my clicking finger. That's the problem now. You've got it twitching.
Look at him at level 8 for 3 mana. Look at
Soul
this.
Strangler.
Insane.
He looks like a vampire guy. So all he does, his only ability is poison.
Only poison, but he's got
only
4.
poison. But like you say, for 4 damage for 3 mana, and that could very easily go up to 4 with Selenia Sky, like you
Exactly.
said. No armor, not a great deal of health, but if you can keep him alive, absolutely.
He's deadly.
Yeah.
So +1 range, he gets 5.
Does
Right?
he?
Yeah. At
Oh
level
yeah,
8,
he gets to 4. Yeah, so he gets
that's
getting
insane.
5. That is a lot for 3 mana, right? Low mana matches, you're just bombing that in.
Yeah.
And you know, if they got repair, doesn't matter because he's got poison. That's the only thing that gets me. Anytime I look at a card and go, oh man, that's a massive amount of damage. I also think, yeah, but if they just got one guy with repair at the back there, you can hit him. You can do 100 combined damage to him over the course of the 20 rounds or whatever till fatigue kills you off. It doesn't matter because you're just hitting his armor every time. But they've backed that up with poison here, which is that's sweet. There's a lot to like
cheap.
there. Yeah. For sale. Yeah, he's going cheap at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah.
Come on, man. What are you doing to me?
I just think.
We did this last time.
Okay, no, all right.
Last episode, we all did together set me back $100. Maxed Adelaide Bright Star.
No, so this is the joy of it, though, right? So this is where the game really gets its hooks into your geo, because what'll happen now is this will haunt you, this Soul Strangler. You're looking at that going, we're half sold out of Chaos Legion. A year from now, there's going to be 1 million people who never even had a chance to buy these cards, and they're only 16 cents each. And you start going, maybe I could stack a few hundred of them and then sell back into that later on. And then after a while, you go, oh, I've made a bit more, and I could maybe, and before you know it, you've got 1,000 Soul Stranglers, and you're just sitting there.
That's heaps.
People go, how have you got 1,000? And you're like, well, I bought a few. I just kept buying them. And before you know it, it's the new Flesh Golem, and people are going, oh, wow, why have you got all that? And it's like, I don't know. I just started.
You know what? I've only maxed out one, and for $18 to max him out, you get 2,400 power as well. It's not too bad.
Hang on a sec. Yeah. Soul Strangler maxed $18.
Yeah.
Because I think mine's already level 5 or 6.
Yeah.
I've got to look at that straight after this.
Yeah. You only need 115 copies, dude. I just used him while we were on this chat, and he won me a game.
You were playing while we were recording.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Because Death is my most chaos pack Splinter at the moment with chaos cards. So I will have a look at that after this episode as well.
Damn it, Geo. They're not even $4 each in gold.
No?
No, not even $4 each. You can max it.
Gold?
Max it for $101.
Jesus.
You need 22 to max him in gold.
Yeah.
You need 22.
Gold.
And so for $101, you can. He's rare. Yeah. So you max him for $101 in gold, or what did you say he was in live bulk? Yeah, $20.
Yeah, $20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's there's a lot to like there. But this is where you'll get got, right? So I did that with Goblin mechs. I'm like, oh, these are only 2 cents each, and now they're $1.70 or something. I've seen them up like $4, and you're like, it's 2 cents. I'm just gonna buy a metric crap ton of them. I'm talking to a guy who's gone absolutely nuts on a particular card. I don't want to give anything away, but
that's fair.
He's effectively just gone, okay, here's this card. It's way too cheap for what it can do. And
it's probably grunge or grundy, whatever, grund.
Well, he surpassed 20,000 the other day, which is more than I have in Flesh Golems, but it's still only less than, much less than 1% of the total supply of this new card.
What is the mech Goblin right now? Because every now and then I do level mine up a little bit. Every now and then I grab 2 or 3 cards. So I'm not sure what level mine's at the moment. But if with an unlimited
$1.73 at the moment, with a low per BCX just under $1 if you're buying like a combined card. You can max him out from nothing, 0 to 100 in $555 to max out a Goblin mech. But I've got a max one, but then I've got at least 1,000 others just sitting there. 2 cents each. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah. I think mine's level 4 or level 5. I'm not sure. So just every now and then I just buy a couple of cards at It's a great tank for an unlimited set, or even 44. If we've got 44 mana, I'll bring my Goblin Mech in sometimes as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
What else was there? Vampires. I bought 10 max vampires at $5 each.
I've got a Gold Foil Vampire, but the one health,
Nice.
unless he can like scavenge a couple of times. Again,
Equalizer.
equalizer. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So vampires, he's down to 71 cents. But if you want a max one, he's where's he? You know, I saw 10 there for $5, and you know, I'm like $5 to get a maxed common. You know, why wouldn't you? Why not sit on that? So yeah, $383 now. So I bought 10 of them for $50, and now they're worth nearly $4,000. It's like all you need to do is just see the value there and just speculate, right? Just throw money at it.
So what is it right at the very beginning that when you look at a card, like the Flesh Golems in particular in your case, like what was it about that card that you just had foresight for that would have value down the track?
Well, I think looking at it, I'm thinking, what do I want to build an army of? And generally, if you want to build an army, it's sort of a humanoidish, you know, dumb enough to take orders, but also big enough and strong enough that you can just, right, I'm going to send 1,000 over there and, you know, 200 over there, and then there's another 500 to watch my back and all that. So I think just that whole, there's this rage and aggression, but there's also enough intellect there that they, you know, they can be steered and molded. So I kind of thought it wasn't that here's a good card in and of itself, but I thought I liked the mental image of, you know, these guys are, oh yeah, I've got this card and this card and this card, and look at me and I'm great. And I go, yeah, well, I've got like 14,000 of these, this exact same guy, you know, like the sort of terracotta warriors that those Mongols.
That's a great analogy. Terracotta Flesh Golems, yes.
Can't go wrong with a terracotta fleshlight. I mean golem.
Yes. So yeah, that was a big part of it for me. But yeah, it was, you know, I like the art. You know, pick one. I really, for me, it was about the experiment in, you know, can you really corner a market? Can you, you know, how does that look? Yeah, and obviously it's working out really well. It's going great so far. The journey's not over, and I don't know where I'm going to go from here. Honestly, people are like, "Oh, you're still going to keep buying them?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, I want to, but at some point, you're like,
put the brakes on."
I bought too many of them for $0.50 each to now go and spend $35 on one. I'm like,
makes no sense.
Yeah. I've known them too cheap, so yeah, I don't know. We'll go with it.
Buying $135 card wipes out 34 of your 2-cent cards.
Yeah, the average price.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you know, the rentals is interesting because I can buy another card that I can then a year from now be renting out for quite a big bang for the buck, right? Whereas a Flesh Golem, you know, I could pay, you know, $7,000 for another max Flesh Golem, but nobody's going to rent it off me for, you know, 1% of that per day. When they could just have a card that's what's that new green, you know, the new Earth replacement for him, Pelacor something, Pelacor, Mercenary.
Bandit?
Pelacor
Mercenary. No, that's
Mercenary?
Water, Pelacor Bandit.
Where is he now?
Albatross? No.
Pelacor.
You know, the guy looks really musical with the big wings. You know,
Mercenary, Pelacor Mercenary.
Yeah, Pelacor Mercenary. Yeah, so
yes,
you know, he doesn't have Void, but he has Retaliate instead, and Flying, so he survives better in an Earthquake. But he's that sort of self-healing, you know, tank around that same area. So you know, no one's going to rent off me for that sort of, you know. So it would just be for vanity, I guess, fame, just for the lols to keep stacking fleshies. I might.
Actually,
I don't know.
Yeah, because I have some Earth now. I just thought, hey, I'll use a little bit to, you know, purchase the cheap Earth cards. Yeah, and I got him to 6 today. He's got heal.
You got
Who's that?
the mercenary.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Only $3 to get to level 6.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you know, a year from now, some guy will arrive when, you know, Rebellion's in full swing, and he's like, "Oh, I can't believe you've got all these old Chaos Legion cards, and you only paid whatever for them." It's like, well, you know, get here, sink your teeth into it, sink your claws into it, and don't let go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So if each of you were to make a call on a water card, right now you can just scoop up a bunch of them for cents, like that
Wow.
you think might have potential down the track. What would it be?
Deep Lurker, I reckon.
I
Opportunity, Demoralize, and Poison. Poison seems to be meta.
yeah.
With flavor,
Deep
that
Deep Lurker's getting a lot of play at the moment. He really is very, very popular. I'm just looking at the stats here. I really like the Flying Squid for a number of reasons. He's got quite a few abilities which
does
play into each other nicely, right? So 5 speed. If you say if you're in a no magic match and he's got 5 speed, he's got blind and backfire, right? That means he's going to be hard to hit, right? Especially if you boost some speed. So he's got reach. He's sitting there in the second position. He's hard to hit. He'll penalize you for failing to hit him. And seriously, do not underestimate this. The art is lovely, and that can be every bit as important as anything else, right? So looking at that Flying Squid, there's so much expression in those sort of semi-humanoid eyes, and they haven't gone overboard with the detail in the art, but there's an elegance and simplicity to it that I think is really, really endearing. So yeah, that especially for, you know, it's a 7 mana common. I think Flying Squid's got a bright future. Excuse me.
You know, you're right. When he's paired with the new summoner, the blue dude, which gives him +1 speed, you know, he's got
like
blind,
anything.
50% chance of missing, plus he's got backfire. When you miss, you get, you know, flung
like
2 damage or
basically
something your way.
Yeah, essentially any team, any rule set where magic isn't involved, if you're going to go, right, I'm going to do a high speed team, he is somebody that you're definitely going to want, because he's going to help all of your cards dodge with blind, right? That doesn't just help him, that helps all of the cards in the team. And on top of that, he's got plenty of life, right? He's got 10 life. But if you're talking about an unlimited mana match, right? We're talking high mana, unlimited. You could engineer it so that he is actually your lowest health card at 10. Right? That's at max level. So you could go, right, I'm going to fill my roster with other cards that have slightly more than 10 health. There's plenty out there that are, you know, quite a bit higher. And then you make him your opportunist bait, and he's that quick, he's going to punish them for missing him.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like Flying Squid.
All right, so there's 2 hot tips, and I let's say I love that the Flying Squid with the reach and the opportunity card.
Deep Lurker.
Deep Lurker, yeah. So I really like those 2 cards.
They're all good.
Yeah,
like they're all good.
Yeah.
The Bandit, bloody who else?
Pelagor Bandit. Yeah, with Sneak. Yeah.
Feasting Seaweed, even. People have used that against me. He's got Scavenger, and the other dude who has Opportunity as well. So you have Deep Lurker, you have Feasting Seaweed, you have all these ones with Opportunity. Forgot the dude's name, but yeah, just good cards, yeah. Like, and Wave Brood, like all of these cards are gonna be worth, I reckon. Yeah, even if you don't
Wave
want to
Brood,
look
is that the one
price.
with Wave or Evade?
Yep.
Or yeah.
No, he's got Taunt, he's got Close Range, he's got Void, which I heard. I watched this video of this dude, really good. He said Void is more so effective than actually Reflect. Than the ability. Void is a lot more effective. Somewhat effective. It does, you know, you last longer, they say, with Void than with reflect.
Backfire.
And yeah, and this guy has return fire as well. So he's just good, you know. Taunts everything, 14 health.
A
He's
taunt
not
card
useless.
with reflect or backfire is like
No.
no?
No, I'm just saying this particular card has void, and void
Right.
compared to reflect
Yeah.
is actually more effective than reflect. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just think all these cards are really good.
Alright.
They're just good. And Serpent of the Owl, I know it's an older card from Untamed, but he's going for more now. I remember I pulled 2 of those, you know, from a pack. They're worth nothing. And at max level, this guy also has return fire, dodge. He's got poison. He's got 5 speed again, like that. No wonder he's like $4, $5 for one, you know, for one of them.
All right.
The guy, I never maxed him. I meant to because he's 7
crazy
mana.
good.
So yeah. I just never got around to it. So I've got to.
Yeah, look, I missed out on heaps as well.
You always will. Yeah, you always will. But no, there's a lot to like there. That Pellicore Bandit, the one who's got Sneak, the new guy with Sneak, I maxed him in gold the other day. He's a reward card, right? So
He is.
you know, I already had like 3 because I've got a couple of alt accounts that are on bots.
Yeah.
So I'm just getting that constant like drip feed of reward cards, which is fantastic. So
Yeah, right.
every now and then I'll go through and go, oh, this card I really like. I've already got 3 in gold foil. May as well max him in gold foil. You know, it's like the bait for myself.
Oh,
So I
yeah,
already had 3 of him. It's just crazy. So yeah, I've got him in gold now, maxed. So
4 melee attack for 3 mana.
Yeah, and
6
6
speed and
speed.
5 health. Flying and sneak.
Yeah, he's a no-brainer, especially you know something like Earthquake where he's with the flying's really helping out. Yeah, lots to like there. But he's another one of those water cards that don't benefit from Alric. So again, you know I've got to remember to use him when I'm Selenia Sky.
That's why you need to get the new summoner as well.
That's why I need to get the new summoner. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're bad influence on each other, you and I, Gio.
Oh yeah. Isn't that so?
I'm just chipping away in the marathon while you guys are doing the sprint.
Yeah, it's all good. It's a game. We're here to have fun.
Yeah,
that's it.
It's there to be had. All right, so we'll wrap it up there then. Keep it. Yeah, go on.
Oh yeah, I'm just a bit weary about transferring, converting coins over to like Hive to anything right now because of the market, right? That's a big factor for me not wanting to make swaps. Yeah. I don't want to swap anything right now. It's just I feel like before I was getting all the DEC for like, let's say I'll swap over 108, it'd get me like 40,000. Now like I swap 100 and it gives me like 25, 20. I was like, nah.
Yeah.
Nah, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Nah, I can't do that.
Yeah, everything's taken a hit. And it's so funny. I was thinking earlier, like when you look, because I've been doing a little bit of leverage trading on the Bitcoin before I got wrecked with it. But when it goes down at the moment, it's being smashed. It's like you've got a set of staircases, and someone just comes in with a sledgehammer and just like smashes a spike, smashes it down. But the natural momentum, it just pushes itself back up. Someone comes along with a sledgehammer, goes smash, 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 but it keeps increments just slowly going up. So it obviously wants to go up, and look at the, it's every time it's left alone, it keeps going up. Someone is smashing it down, and it's still resisting that. And I think back to like 2020 at the beginning, like when everything was going off, and watching all the crypto videos, Chris from Crypto, Carl the Moon, BitBoy, all those, and everyone was calling, and I don't just them, everyone was calling Bitcoin to 100K, 250K by the end of the year. And about the same time, I know Chris was saying in his videos that, like, showing the newspaper clips and stuff like that, that Goldman Sachs was starting to get into Bitcoin for its investors. So if there's someone out there who can keep smashing it down, so their guys, they can buy up cheaper for their guys. Just looking at the chart, that's just what it looks like. Someone just keeps coming up, smash, 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 comes up.
It's almost like it's coordinated.
Whoa, wow.
Yeah.
You crazy conspiracy theorist, you, Gio.
Oh, well, you know.
So, yeah, it's got, buy the dip, I guess. It's buy the dip, which is like we're doing with our cards at the moment while they're cheap as chips. It's buying the dip. All right. All right, so we'll wrap it up there then, guys.
Yes,
all right?
yes.
So, and just remember, every week, we love engagement. Who doesn't like sharing, all that sort of stuff? But comment, drop us a comment, say hi. Any feedback about the show, any questions about anything we've covered, any suggestions for further episodes, because every week one person will win 10% of the post rewards for the video. And it is the comment that generates the most engagement. So get in on that. Let us know how fantastic you think we are. And yeah, it could be your comment. And look forward to seeing you guys in a later episode. Anyone quick final goodbyes or anything?
No, it was great to see you guys. Look forward to seeing you again next week.
All right.
It was very
and we'll
fun.
click out.
I know.
Yeah?
I know. Hold on. No. I know. Probably, water is the weakest of most of us. Our cards and whatever our collection is. But yeah, I think we gave it a fair go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
there's
just wanna
credits in
end on
being
that.
wrecked, isn't there? If you're saying, I'm not really into water, but I keep getting wrecked by it, then
But
it
yeah,
says something.
like Matt was saying, I just sort of liked being wrecked sometimes. It's just like, it's just that I don't know. I just, I always,
There
always
is a
choose the
word for
harder
that.
way.
What is it? It's humbling. It's a humbling
Yes.
sort of sensation to keep wrecked.
Yeah. You
All
can't
right.
always win.
Yeah. So I'm Boba Fett. Peace out. Ready to click out, guys?
All right.
Let's do it.